Hello. We're going to do a sequence up the stairs. This is later for in your third trimester when going on the floor may be a little bit too much, or you don't have time to like set up a mat and stuff, and you just want to do things out on the stairs or at some height. So we're going to go through this sequence twice. So come join me in this one. We don't need any props except for a little bit of height, like the stairs. We're going to start off by facing the stairs, coming into a rocking lunge, just like we would with the blocks. So we're going to start with the right foot forward, coming to the second or third stair, whichever feels best, and then rocking your hip forward and straightening back. We're going to do that 5 times. 2 more times. You can have your foot a little bit wider if that feels good, creating space for baby. And then we'll do the other side, left foot, and rocking front to back. Again, moving to the depth that feels good for you, not going past where you're getting pain. 1 more. Good. Then we're going to turn to face the side of the stairs and do the wide-legged lunge just as we would. So again, second to third step and rocking out and breathing here. This is great for opening the mid-pelvis when you're in labor. 2 more. Good. And then we're going to do the other side. And if your balance is a little bit off, you could hold the pillar or the railing. And last one. Now then we're going to come up onto one step. Again, this is where assistance could help with the railing. We're going to do the hip drops and the psoas release. So one foot is going to stay on the stair. The opposite foot's going to come in line but off of the stair. Even out your hips, and then we're going to drop the right hip, the foot that's not on the stair, down and bring it back up 5 times. 4. Pressing through your standing legs, ball of your foot and heel. 2 more. Good. And then we're going to start to swing the right leg front to back, releasing through the psoas. So try to relax through that leg. Still pressing through the standing leg so you're stable. If you feel like your balance is off, you could hold, again, the wall or the railing. And we're going to let that slow down. Good, and then you could turn to the other side. Again, we're going to do 5 hip drops. 2 more. Again, we're dropping that hip so the foot is going lower than the stair instead of sending the right hip out to the side. And then starting that psoas swing. Good, and then slowing it down. And you could take a seat on the stair. And we're going to do a little 90-90 rotation. So dropping your knees to the left. Try to just open up here. It's not going to be as intense as on the floor. We're going to stretch to the left. Good, and then going to the right. Stretching to the right. 1 more time per side. Good, last one. Good, and then to get up, we want to come like a squat, so you want to come a little bit more forward. Sits bones are going back, pressing through the feet. You could use the railing, of course. We want to press the feet, engage the glutes, and stand up, nice and strong. Coming off of the stairs, and we're going to do a forward fold here, but using the stairs instead of blocks. So hinging from the hips, reaching for the stairs, getting a nice stretch from the shoulders all the way down the back. Go wiggle out your hips here. You might be feeling it all the way down your legs to your calves. Good, then walking your hands down. Good. And so you could just do 1 round. But if you want to join me for a second round, come and join. So we're going to do the rocking lunges again. And always doing the second time feels a little bit better anyways. The first one is like a little warm up. And the second time it's like, okay, I feel much better. That's 5. Feel a little bit more open. 5 on the left. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to turn for this wide-legged lunge. And 5 of those. Pressing through the heel and big toe. 2 more. Good, and then we'll switch sides. This is really nice, especially if you have a little toddler at home. And they could be kind of playing, and you could just be doing these exercises in the background. Last one. And then we're going to come up on the stair again, doing those hip drops and psoas release. For 5, pressing through your foot and dropping down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then swinging that leg, releasing through the psoas. Let it feel heavy. Good, and then we'll slow it down. And switching sides. And 5 drops. Drop it down and up. 2 more. And last one. And swing. Good. Sometimes balance is a little bit of an issue. Letting that slow down. Good, and then we'll do those 90-90 again, sitting back on the stairs. Good, dropping the knees to the left, reaching up to the right, and opposite. One more time per side. Good, and then again, coming up with intention, so pressing through your feet. It's really good practice when you're getting out of bed or off of a chair. Sending the sits bones back. Good, and then pressing to stand straight up. Coming off of the stair, turning around and forward fold, or whatever stair height feels good for you. Hinging at the hips. You can have a micro bend in your knees just so you're not hyperextending. And then if it feels good, rocking side to side, or you could find stillness. Lengthening through the crown of your head like it's reaching for the stair instead of dropping it down. And you get a nice stretch in your neck. Good, and then we'll walk our hands down the stairs, bring the feet in, and we'll just finish it off with a few figure eights. Connecting with baby. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining the stair sequence. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Bye.